everyone. Welcome back to Mindful Moments. And I'm actually really excited about this week's sequences because they are inspired by my amazing, brilliant students. And what we did was the students each created a poem called an I Am poem from a template where they filled in certain prompts. And then they were able to record their favorite yoga poses to go with all of their lines of their poems. And so this first sequence is inspired by my students Lincoln, Lorelei, Finn, and Aiyana. And as we get into our session today, let's just find a comfortable seat. Right here, you can go ahead and close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or you can just soften your gaze to a place that's a little bit in front of you, just a few inches or so in front of you. And as you breathe in, you can make your spine nice and tall, and breathe out, allowing any tension to fall away. Maybe breathe in and stretch your shoulders up to your ears. And let it out and allow your shoulders to lie back down. And again, breathe in. And let it out. Just settling into this space. And I invite you to listen to the words of some of your classmates potentially, or some of the young people who are experiencing this time right now. I am. I wonder about space. I am tall and strong. I pretend to be an explorer. I am a cat lover and a basketball player. I want to help the elephants. I am artistic and inspiring. I worry about the future. I am creative and clever. I try to be kind. And as we spend another couple of breaths just considering these words from the young people who live amongst us these days, allow some of those words maybe to settle into your body, maybe deciding on one of the phrases that you heard that really spoke to you, and deciding to really keep that in mind as you practice with me today. So continue that breathing in through the nose, and letting it out through the mouth. Again, breathing in, and letting it out. One more time, deep breath in, and let it out with a dragon's breath. Go ahead and open your eyes. If they're closed, you can refocus your gaze. And as I mentioned earlier, our sequence today is also inspired by the words that were spoken by our classmates and our young people. So I have them all written down here just to make sure that I don't forget any, and they can all be included in this collaborative piece that we put together. So go ahead and spread your ankles out away from each other so that you're opening up in a wider stance here, still seated. Having a straight back as much as is comfortable, and then straight legs with just a little bit of a bend in the knee. You don't want to be making them so that they're stuck right tight together. So a little bit of a bend in the knee, heels on the floor and toes pointing up. You can take a deep breath in and rise your arms up. And exhale, forward fold, reaching your chest forward first, and then walking your hands out as far as you can and letting your back arch just a little bit. Breathing here. One more breath. And as you inhale, reaching up with your arms up with your chest until you're up fully straight again, arms up. And exhale, hands first to heart center. And then you can let them go all the way down by your sides again. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, pulling down, stretching your heart forward, then letting your arms come down towards the ground and tucking your chin to your chest. Taking a nice deep breath in here. Letting it out. Again, breathing in and out. Inhale, reaching up one more time, flattening that back, reaching all the way up. Light and energy raying out of your fingertips. And exhale, just bringing your arms down by your sides one more time. Orient yourself so that you're turning to look over your right leg towards your right foot. Again, we're going to reach up, breathing in, and breathe out. Reach towards your foot. You don't have to touch your foot at all. Wherever your hands land on your leg, it's totally fine. We're just stretching towards the foot, in the direction of the foot. Breathing here. And on your next inhale, reaching up, coming back straight, coming back to center. And switching to look over the left leg. Exhale, forward folding over the left leg again. Wherever your hands land on your leg is fine. And breathing here. On your next inhale, reaching up one more time, coming up straight, using your stomach muscles to lift you up. Staying here just for one more breath cycle so you can let it out. And again, breathing in. And exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. Meet me in tabletop, so getting there however is comfortable for you. Making sure, as always, to have your wrists, elbows, and shoulders stacked nice and straight. And then same thing with your knees and hips so that the joints are all steady and protecting each other. So they're nice and stacked. And a flat back here first. We're going to take a deep breath in and opening up our chest, letting our belly drop, lifting our chin for our cow. And exhale, tucking everything back in, letting your belly button come back towards the spine, your back towards the ceiling, and chin to chest for your cat. Inhale again, opening up, lifting that chin, opening your chest. And exhale, tucking back in. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, tucking in. One more time for inhale and exhale. Inhale first. And exhale. Go ahead and come back into a flat back, neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes, reach your hips up towards the ceiling, into your downward dog. You can bend your knees generously here if you want. Maybe taking one at a time to walk your dog. Finding some movement to give yourself an additional stretch if you wish. And then walking your hands back to your feet into a forward fold. Making sure you still have a little bit of a bend in your knees here so we're not extending them too far. And take opposite hands to opposite elbows. And we'll have 2 breath cycles here as you just let gravity let you hang. One more breath in. And let it out. You can release your hands at the same time as well. Plant your hands back on the mat and walk back out into your downward dog. Looking ahead to where you are if you want to. Maybe walking your dog again here for a couple of breaths. And then inhale, stepping forward. This time your feet are meeting your hands in a forward fold at the top of your mat if you have a mat. Or just
towards the front of the space you're working in. Hanging here again. Inhale for a half lift with a flat back here. Exhale, release. Inhale, rising your arms up, your whole top part of your body all the way up, reaching up towards the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, flat back, diving forward until you're reaching toward the ground, hanging here again for one breath. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rising all the way back up. Exhale, hands to passing through the heart center and coming down by your sides. I'll just turn this way so you can see me a little bit better. We're in our mountain pose here with your feet about hip distance apart. Palms are facing forward. Knees are slightly bent. Taking a deep breath in here. And exhale. This, for many people, can be a power pose. So I invite you to explore what that might look like for you. How does this pose make you feel? Can you find some power in it? Some strength, like the strong mountaintops? Make sure you're continuing to breathe. One more breath cycle, taking a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. You can go ahead and release your hands and take a little bit of a wider stance here, stepping out. Let's have our heels pointed towards each other and toes pointed away. And here we're going to go into a goddess squat. We want to make sure that our hips are staying nice and straight forward with us here. And when we squat down, we want to make sure that we're not sticking out either too far in front or too far in back like this. We want to try and get the bottom of our hips to go sinking straight down towards the ground, just like this. Hands can be on your hips if you want. They can be raised all the way up if you want, or you can put them out like a cactus or a goalpost here, with your palms facing in towards your face and your fingers spread wide, breathing in here. And again, breathing. As you inhale, come on back up, straighten out, straighten your arms out to your sides here, and just take one breath cycle here, breathing in and letting it out. One more time, breathing in. And as you breathe out again, we're going to squat down. I'm going to cactus my arms one more time. Maybe this time you can see if you can squat down a little bit closer to the floor. You can always put a pillow or something underneath your bottom if you want to have a little bit more support there. And breathe in, coming all the way back up, straight arms stretched out. Go ahead and turn to, let's start on the right side here. Let's start on the right side. And actually go ahead and just bring both feet together. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, bringing your hands down, planting your hands to step back into a downward dog here. Taking one breath cycle here. And then look forward ahead to the space between your hands, right in between your two thumbs. And you're going to aim to bring your right foot in between those spaces. So first, breathe in, we'll lift it up in the air, stretch it up that way. And then as you breathe out, you can bring it forward. You can help yourself along a little bit, that's totally fine too. leaving that back heel up in the air. If you have some blocks, that might be helpful for you here right now, so that you can bring the ground a little bit closer to you as you're in this lunge. Your back heel is still up in the air, but what we're going to do is now bring it down to the mat. Keep that bend in your front knee and breathe in, rising up towards the ceiling for our warrior one. Breathe in here and let it out. One more breath here. As you exhale, bring your hands down behind your back. You can interlace your fingers if that's comfortable, or you can just keep them on your lower back. And breathe out, folding forward for a humble warrior. Breathe in, rising back up, making sure you're using your stomach muscles to rise up. Go ahead and straighten that front leg. Bring your back foot a little bit closer to you here. Still keeping the same direction of the feet. Now we've got straight legs with just a little bit of a bend in the knee. Bring your hips so they're looking right over the right leg. Take a deep breath in, rising your arms up if you wish. And breathe out, folding forward over that right thigh. Again, bringing your hands to blocks if you want to, or all the way down to the floor, or in your ankle. Any of those options are great for our pyramid pose here. Breathing in, bringing that torso back up here. And now we are going to shift our weight, paying attention to the process here, shifting our weight from both feet into the front right foot. So you can bend that front knee a little bit to give yourself some leverage and lift that back leg off of the floor. Leaning forward, bending that torso forward and rising the right leg slowly and intentionally. Again, you can bring blocks or a big book maybe to help your balance here. Flex your foot, point your toes toward the mat for our warrior three, or our flying warrior. One more breath here. As you exhale, you can slowly bring your left foot back down to meet your right and forward fold. Inhale for a half lift here. Exhale, release. Go ahead and plant your hands, stepping back again into downward dog. This time, maybe it'll feel good to shake your hips from side to side to bring a little extra movement in. Again, look forward to that space in between your thumbs. Give yourself that visual and then lift the left leg all the way up. And bring it forward to the place in between your thumbs. Helping yourself along is totally fine. To find that place so that I'm actually going to turn around this way so you can see me a little better. So we've got our left foot now is at the front. We've got our bent knee here. We've got blocks or big books if you need them. That back heel is still up because we're still in a lunge. But go ahead and bring that back heel down, keeping that front knee bent, and breathe in, rising up into our warrior one here. As you exhale, bring your arms down. Lace your hands behind your back if you wish. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold for your humble warrior over that left leg. Inhale, rise up using your stomach muscles to come straight up. You can straighten that front leg, step your back leg a little bit closer here to get ready for our pyramid pose. Legs are straight. Make sure that your hips are facing over the left leg this time. Breathe in, reaching up. And breathe out, forward fold over that left leg. You can use blocks to bring the earth closer to you again, if that's something you'd like to do. Inhale to come up straight one more time. And go ahead, we're gonna shift our weight once again to the front foot, so this time to our left foot. You can bend the knee a little bit to start shifting that weight. And then as you're able to put the weight on your front foot, you can rise the back leg up in the air, using blocks to support yourself if you wish. Flexing that right foot, so toes are pointed towards the mat. Breathing here. As you exhale, you can bring that right foot back down to meet your left, nice and slowly with intention. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, coming all the way back up. And exhale, hands to heart center. You can stay right at the top of your mat if you have a mat right now. I'm going to switch just so that I'm in the middle so you can see me a little bit better again. We're just going to work on our balance just a little bit here. So let's come into our mountain pose one more time just to ground ourselves and recenter. Taking a deep breath in and letting it out. Again, breathing in and out. Now go ahead and shift your weight into your right foot, allowing your left foot to come up off of the ground just a little tiny bit. The options that you have for where you want to put the bottom of your left foot are right here. You can just gently rest it against your ankle with your toes on the floor. You can bring it up to your calf, or you can bring it all the way up to your inner thigh, avoiding putting it on your knee because we want to take care of our knee here. Your hands also have some options. They can be on your hips, they can be heart center, or you can grow your branches up. Find a point in front of you that's not moving to help you focus so that you can hold your balance here. Exhale, if your hands are up, you can bring them down to heart center. And then slowly bring that left foot back down to the ground. Go ahead and shake your right foot out a little bit. Say thank you for that work foot. And then bring them back right next to each other. I'm going to open my hands up again. This time we're going to shift our weight into our left foot. So slowly shifting that weight so that we can lift the right foot just a little bit up off of the mat. You'll notice that your balance is a little bit different on each side, probably. Again, the bottom of your right foot now can be either just resting against your left ankle. You can bring it up to your calf, or you can bring it all the way up to above your knee, Today, that's not happening for me, so I'm gonna keep it on calf. Hands can be on your hips. They can be at heart center. Or you can grow them up, finding a spot to focus on, a spot that's not moving, to help you find your balance and your focus. As you exhale, go ahead and bring your hands back to heart center if they're reached up. And slowly bring that right foot back down towards the ground. Shake that left foot out. Take a deep breath in, rising up. And exhale, forward fold. One more time. Go ahead and step back into downward dog here for one more breath. And bring your knees back down to the ground and push yourself back into child's pose for 3 breaths. Go ahead and come back into tabletop here. We'll do 2 more rounds of cat-cow. Taking a deep breath in and opening up for our cow. Exhale, tucking everything back in for our cat. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, tucking in. Meet me on your back. You can have your feet on the floor with your knees pointed up here. Just taking a resting breath here on your back. Breathing in and letting it out. Go ahead and bring your knees to your chest, holding here, maybe rocking from side to side gently. It gives your low back a little bit of a massage. You can feel that space opening up. And then come back to center. You can let your arms come out next to you in a capital T shape here. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let your knees fall to the right side. If you want, you can also look to the left side to give yourself a little bit more of a stretch. And just breathe here. Take a deep breath in and bring your knees back to center. And breathe out, letting them fall to the opposite side. Again, looking over the opposite shoulder if you want to. Breathe in, bringing your knees back to center. And then allowing your feet to come back down to the mat. And then to stretch all the way out, straight towards the end of the mat if you're on a mat, or just straight out in front of you. Let your feet fall away from each other. You can take up space with your arms. And allow your breathing to help you settle back into the support of the ground beneath you. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Taking a moment to thank your body for the practice that you just completed. Perhaps sending a wish of gratitude to the students who helped to create this sequence with their words and with their movement suggestions.
And allowing all of the movement that you just completed to settle into your body, to settle into your mind, and settle into your feelings. Giving yourself a chance to collect everything all together and let it become part of you. Stay here, or you can start to bring some gentle movement back into your fingers and toes. You can go ahead and roll over onto one side. And then using your hands, you can push yourself back up into a seated position. If your eyes are closed, you can gently open them. I'm going to put one hand on my heart and the other hand over on top of it. And we'll close today. I'll reread the words of our young people who helped to create this sequence today with their beautiful words and their poetry. Again, I would like to give a special thank you to Lincoln, Lorelei, Finn, and Aiyana for today's sequence and today's wonderful words to consider. I am. I wonder about space. I am tall and strong. I pretend to be an explorer. I am a cat lover and a basketball player. I want to help the elephants. I am artistic and inspiring. I worry about the future. I am creative and clever. I try to be kind. I invite you to take a deep breath in with me and let it out. One more deep breath in to send good wishes to anyone that you feel like sending them to. Breathing in and out. And one last breath to thank each other for spending this time together today. Breathing in and out. Thank you for joining me today. And we'll close by saying namaste.